What up, what up? It's Finance, Fitness, and Folk. Channel will discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So on today's episode, I'm going to discuss, not really why, but just as a statement, Black women have always been objectified. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing these out, give you leverage, you better yourselves. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Hope we get some out of it. So let's get into it. So Black women have always been objectified. So I'm gonna give a quick backdrop when it comes to this topic, and then maybe how we move forward, right? So Black women have been objectified in America. I'm not exactly sure about other countries to a certain degree, but I do have a story about other countries that have done this. But you know, I can only speak mainly from the American perspective. Yeah, Black women have been objectified for a very long time. It really boils down to, like, you know, how society is and how society treats Black women as a whole. You know, even back in slavery times, right? So one example I would say, one example in history as far as a Black woman being objectified is Sarah Bartman. Bartman is spelled, I want to say B-A-A-R-T-M-A-N. But if you put Bartman in there, I'm pretty sure that it'll come up on a Google search. But Sarah Bartman was a Black woman that was, long story short, she was displayed in London as a freak show, pretty much. You know, and I'm not saying freak shows for like a good thing. I'm talking about like a bad thing, right? Some of the pictures that I've seen online, it pretty much almost always shows her naked, and basically she was used as an exhibit because of her large buttocks, and people made money off of her by her displaying her body. And you know, that's one of the examples for is like how Black women have been objectified, right? And this objectification, it has been translated over to the to current times, right? The year's 2024 right now, and Black women have definitely been objectified over and over again, and of course in current times. What is objectification? So objectification is basically when you reduce a person down to pretty much an object. An object is something that can be touched or can be seen, right? So basically what you're doing is when you objectify a Black woman, you're pretty much reducing her to pretty much not even a person, like basically a material thing. And, you know, I always teach my boys, my two sons, you know, to always treat Black women with respect, and always, you know, be kind to them. You know, don't call Black women out of their name. Don't even do that to any woman, but, you know, especially, you know, Black women, because Black women have just been treated very badly in society. One of the reasons why I'm creating this video is, and somebody can correct me, somebody can disagree with me if they want to, but this is just my opinion. I think that because of how Black women have been objectified over time, I think Black women are used to it, and they're intentionally objectifying themselves, you know, based off of society and based off of social media. So just think about it, right? So you got a lot of Black women out there that support having a BBL, having breast enhancements, having Botox, all these other things, right? Because society and social media tells them that the only way they can get a man is if they objectify themselves and actually have these things done to their bodies, right? Meanwhile, they're destroying their bodies by doing these things, right? We're all, you know, created differently, you know? And if you're a Black person in America, a Black woman in America, 9 times out of 10, you're not fully African any doggone way. You know what I'm saying? Think about the facial features and the body features of a person from Africa versus a Black woman in America. Like you can tell the difference. And really, what it really boils down to is that because we have a lot of white genes mixed in our DNA. That's another topic for another day. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm pretty sure that 50% of the Black people that are in America right now, if they did a DNA test, if they go back about 2-3 generations, I can almost guarantee they got some white blood in them. And that's the reason why you don't look like an actual African from Africa, right? And of course, we all know, or most black folks know, that there are a lot of African women from Africa. They typically have voluptuous bodies, so that's seen as seen as a thing that black women need to have in order to be attractive. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you know what I'm saying, as you being a black woman, it's not worth your life to objectify yourself and trying to get a man, because social media is telling you that this is the way for you to get a man. This is for you to build wealth, right? Because you got a lot of women out there, once they objectify themselves and get the surgeries, they go into the sexual market and they actually do OnlyFans and all these other things, right? Because they know that if they do these things, it's a very good potential for them to make money, right? So the only way that this can be mitigated to a certain degree, I'm not saying fixed, because sexual appeal, sex appeal is very strong when it comes to men, right? Having a woman having good sex appeal is going to attract men. That's just bottom line. That's the way we're wired, right? So for me to say that objectification of black women is going to just go away totally, I can't really say that, because society and social media has a really good stronghold in this thing. But only thing that we can do as black men is teach our black boys, our black sons, and just black men in general. That we need to encourage our black women, and we need to tell them all the time that they're beautiful. We need to tell them all the time, that they're right as far as how they look. Because it's one thing for a black woman to go out and try to enhance themselves, put makeup on, other things, because every woman does that. You got women that are not black that wear wigs. So I'm not saying for a black woman to just totally just go just straight natural and not make themselves look good. I'm just saying, when you're paying thousands upon thousands of dollars to enhance your body to look a certain way, you're objectifying yourself, and finding them, and honestly, you doing that, that may actually cause you to find the man that you don't want to have, right? So yeah, black women have always been objectified. So I'm bringing this to light, which I'm pretty sure a lot of black women and black men know this, but I'm just making this video about it because I think in 2024, it's definitely on the rise, and it's just it's damaging black women, because when you get these surgeries, there's very good potential for you to really harm yourself, right? We've seen plenty of cases where women have got BBLs and they wind up getting an infection, or they wind up going the short money route as far as getting it cheap, and then it's not done right. So it's not worth it, black women. It's just not worth it. It's not worth doing that. I think social media is selling y'all a lie when it comes to y'all doing these things. Stop trying to do all these crazy enhancements. It's not a good look. And I think that you bring more you bring unwanted attention to yourself by doing these things. Save your money. Don't be going out here and getting BBLs and all these other things, because you're beautiful regardless, right? And at the end of the day, I think it's just a bad look on black women when they objectify themselves by doing these things. And once again, black men have a responsibility as well to make sure that we don't encourage these things. But as we all know, social media is a beast when it comes to tackling it. So we'll see how things go within the next couple of years. All right. So if you want me to discuss a video, discuss a topic or subject that you think is beneficial to the channel, email me at findingfitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is description below. Finding Fitness and Folk, Triple F, I'm going.